Apple has officially announced iOS 26 and the redesigned UI named Liquid Glass, but I don't think anyone really cares. Now, I've been going back and forth on how to approach this video. I personally see no point in wasting your time covering the name of an OS or how it really looks. You either like Liquid Glass or you don't. I would expect Apple to be excited about showing off the new look. But why are some reviewers and users so excited? Apple's been doing this for 18 years, and every year we get a new OS with some changes. Has a lot changed in those 18 years? Give me a hell yeah! Do we see massive changes year to year that affect our experience? I don't really think so. But I guess that really is up to the opinion of the actual user. What I look forward to are the changes that actually help improve that experience. So far, I see some good changes, but I also see some things in this early beta that it's taken away that I hope come back. And that's really the extent of my thoughts on it. In this video, I want to cover the good and the bad for iOS 26. If you don't see me cover anything else and you want to see that, feel free to leave a comment down below. And of course, while you're down there, you know, thumbs up, sub, ring the bell so you don't miss my next video.
Some huge changes made to Apple Intelligence.
And I'm kidding. I'm kidding. This should never have come out.
We're continuing our work to deliver the features that make Siri even more personal. This work needed more time to reach our high-quality bar, and we look forward to sharing more about it in the coming year.
Sorry, Craig, it's not just Siri. Let's be honest. The only thing I see here that looks even remotely appealing is ChatGPT integration and maybe visual intelligence, i.e. Google Glass. Oh, if visual intelligence was here yet. Yeah, it's not live. Here we go again. In all seriousness, first off, I want to thank Apple for defaulting our photos back to our library. If you like to experience all the folders being thrown at you at once, you can simply tap the icon down at the bottom of the screen and pull that up. Have fun with that. Now, this next thing might be something people don't care about or even like, but it's in Apple Music if you use it. Of course, you have to be an Apple Music subscriber for access. Thanks, Apple. Instead of the song ending and then it just plays the next song, Apple added Automix. When I first heard this happen, I was like,
what the hell was that?
Basically, when the song ends, it will fade into the next song, kind of like what a DJ would do. I've gotten used to it. Again, some people may not like this, but it's a thing now. To turn it off, just go to your settings under music and you can adjust that. Now, the other cool thing is you can actually adjust the mix from 1 second left in the song to 12 seconds. It's pretty neat once I messed with it. If you still use the iPhone for making phone calls, this change might be for you. There's a new layout. The favorites thing is pretty cool because you can actually have, you know, the recents in there and people you talk to and new voicemail, so that's actually not that bad. Now, I don't answer my phone if I don't recognize the number, probably like most people. At some point, Apple did update the OS that you can see live voicemail. Now, you could see what the person was saying and you could decide if you wanted to pick it up. But now they have what's called call screen. You won't be notified by unknown callers. It won't call you until they give their name and start telling you why they're calling. Also added is Hold Assist. If the business doesn't have a callback feature, Apple will actually let you select Hold Assist. It'll hold your place in line and it will call you back when the rep answers. That is useful. Now, much like the phone eliminating spam calls, iMessage now drops unknown senders and spam texts into their own individual folders. Cleaning up your message list sounds pretty nice, but it also brings a new drop-down menu to top right corner to select from one of these folders along with your recently deleted. Now, I have experienced this kind of being a pain because, you know, everything we log into these days wants to text you a code. Of course, it's an unknown number or treated as spam. So now you have to make sure to check those folders if you don't see it come through. Now, if this isn't something you want to bother with, you can turn it off under the Messages in the Settings app. One thing I like about the updated Messages is the ability to tap on the name in the message and you're taken to their info, but you have a nice little slide menu at the top and it gives you some helpful options. Yes, you can select a background to put on your messages and yay. What I care about and use a lot is the photos option. You can now look at every photo from that specific message thread. I keep my messages forever, so this actually helps the task of searching for photos much easier. Now there's also links, documents, locations, and the wallet. In my opinion, this is something that makes your life easier. Do you think so? Go ahead and leave a comment. Something I use a lot is copying text messages. If someone sends me something or I send someone, sometimes I just want to use a portion of that. Before, I just have to copy the whole window. Not horrible unless you've got a really long message. Well, now with a long press, you're given your usual menu, but now you can select specific text that you want to copy. I'm a simple man. Another WTF is the screenshot function. It used to be simple. Snap it, it moves to the lower bottom and gets smaller. Swipe left or tap on the menu to do more. Now when you do a screenshot, it takes over the whole screen. Now you have to click X to get rid of it, or if you need to save it, you gotta hit the check, which opens up another menu that allows you to save it to your photos. Apple, you've again managed to make what was once simple and overcomplicated it. I hope this is something that's adjusted, and please make it simple again. Another overcomplication that I hope can be fixed is an email. I get a ton of spam and I just want to select and just go through and delete all the crap. Now I have to tap on the menu, then choose select to begin deleting. Look, it's not much, but it's not making my life any easier. Now, I gave my feedback, and I hope I'm not the only one. The next thing could potentially be a big win for CarPlay because we've been asking for it a long time now. The ability to play videos through CarPlay. Yes, finally. Well, sort of. Much like the disaster that is wireless CarPlay in automobiles, the ability to play videos might be something current car owners will never see.
This is kind of stupid.
According to an article I read on The Verge, Apple is inviting automakers to join their MFI program. So like I said, it could be a long time before we see this. One of the obstacles, of course, will be only allowing video to play when the car is in park. Another problem that is stated in the article, they're also wary about handing over too much control of their screens to Apple, which is why Aston Martin is the only automaker that has come out to support the company's new CarPlay Ultra. So, don't hold your breath. On a side note, companies like GM have Android-driven systems in their cars already that allow for access to every video platform through the Google Play Store, as long as you're in park.
Yep, we are absolutely cooked, chat. GG.
Right now, the best option for Apple CarPlay users is to get an Android Smartbox. Now, I think it's time that I dive into these and find what might be the best ones. If you agree, go ahead and leave a comment down below and give this video a thumbs up. So, Apple tried to simplify the camera app. Have you seen it yet? What do you think? When you open the camera app, now you see the two most used functions, video and photo. You can still swipe left or right to bring up the other options, but it will expand the view a little bit. Not a big change. Next is the individual functions for each camera style. Now there's a little 6 square button at the top on the right corner, and once you open that up, you're greeted with a window that shows the additional photo tasks. In my opinion, the old way is much cleaner. When you have that little mini menu at the bottom, you can just swipe back and forth for those photo options and select it. But with this new menu, every time you select something, it goes away, and you need to do something else, you gotta open it back up again. So it's a pain. Oh, and you don't need to tap that button at the top, you can just swipe up, but don't swipe up too much, you might close the app. In my opinion, when you're done, it should just bring it up and let you select it. Another let's add more steps to do this is turning off live photos. Before, it just used to be a button that you touch at the top. Now you gotta open up the menu and turn it on and off. Also, the ability to change resolution adds an unnecessary window to select. Now, these aren't a big deal, but it just seems like the app is now more filled up instead of more streamlined. I don't know. Of course, with everything I'm talking about today, this is only the developer beta, and it's super early. These things could change, and maybe even some of the things I showed could be updated. Not usually, but who knows? Oh, and don't come at me for, oh, he's just complaining on video. I submitted all my feedback on that app. So, should you download this on your only device and use it every day? No. If you do decide to download this on your device and you're complaining about the performance or UI setup, instead of posting TikToks, fill out the feedback app that loads on your phone when you update to iOS 26. Apple isn't watching your videos to get feedback. Now there's a ton of other There's a ton of other features Apple showed off that I feel like if you're watching my video now, you probably have already watched the other videos that show every single change. If you want to know about anything, go ahead and leave me a comment down below. I'll try to answer. If I get enough feedback on some stuff, maybe I'll do an update video. Now we're at the midpoint of the year, and rumors for the next devices are coming in hot. So if you don't want to spend money, check out this video right here I did on how to buy an iPhone for cheap. And don't forget to hit that sub button and ring that notification bell so you won't miss out on my next video. See ya.